Tonight on Newscenter, tips to avoid the winter blues, the basketball team plays a local rival, and a preview of the 2015 baseball season. All this and more next on Newscenter.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV Newscenter for the week of February 19th, 2015. I'm Zach Prosba.
And I'm Santina Murin. With the cold winter weather in full effect, it's important to find ways to stay warm and have fun to keep the winter weather blues at bay. We had reporter Anthony D'Agostino find ways to do just that.
Hello, I'm Anthony D'Agostino, and if you haven't noticed, it's cold outside. So I went out and I found a few ways to stay warm and have fun while you're inside. One way to have fun is playing board games with friends.
Check mark. Check mark.
You see this group of friends playing the game Logo Party. In this game, you try and guess what the logo is. As you can see, sometimes it can be very entertaining.
Running check mark.
Another way to have fun is playing video games. The great thing about video games is you can play by yourself, as you see here, or you can play with a group of friends. In CalU's residence halls, they have a community room fit with a ping pong table, a pool table, and a television. It's great for having a game night with your friends. Some people also enjoy being scholarly and taking time to study and do homework, so they do well in their class. So those are my tips. I also got the chance to go out and ask a few students here what they like to do to stay warm and have fun at the same time.
Well, I would be inside, playing maybe like board games with friends like Twister, or doing like Wii activities, something to have fun like that. I would do that just to stay warm and have fun inside.
Well, I don't really go out that much in the winter, so I guess maybe what I do is I just stay home, maybe play cards with friends or something. I don't really like the cold.
All right, well, me and my best friends, we all are in the room a lot because this weather is just dreadful. So we all play Guitar Hero and we have competitions and it's so much fun.
With all this cold weather, and it doesn't look like it's going anytime soon, hope you found these tips helpful. And if you have any helpful tips, tweet us at CUTV_PA on Twitter. For CUTV News Center, I'm Anthony D'Agostino.
Carnegie Mellon University has received national headlines during the recent period of college acceptance throughout the U.S. CMU mistakenly sent out letters of acceptance to over 800 students applying to the school, but those students were rejected and not accepted. CMU issued a statement of apology saying, quote, "This error was the result of serious mistakes in our process for generating acceptance letters," end quote. Prior to this incident, Johns Hopkins University and UCLA were culprits of false acceptance in recent years.
Student Affairs is offering a great opportunity to students of any major. On Saturday, February 21st from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the SAI Farmhouse, you can become a certified peer educator. You will be developing awareness for health and safety risks, learn how to educate, confront, and help peers make healthy lifestyle choices. You will be able to increase your leadership skills, and it looks great on a resume. The training is free and lunch will be provided. For more information or to reserve your spot, email options@calu.edu. If you're ready to commit to change for a positive and healthy lifestyle, Healthy Habits and Heart is offering a free support program of information, motivation, tips, and challenges to help you reach all of your goals. There are 3 specific tracks allowing anyone to get involved. Move It is for beginners and those who are just starting an exercising program. Then there's Lose It for those seeking to lose a few extra pounds. Finally, there's Amp It for those who are ready to take their training to the next level. Programs begin Monday, February 23rd.
Fans of long-beloved and famous author Dr. Seuss will be pleased to hear that a new book from the long-deceased author will be published by Random House Publishing this coming summer. The long-lost manuscript discovered by Seuss's widow, Audrey, will be titled What Pet Should I Get? And will comprise characters from the famous work One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. This marks the first time in 25 years that a Seuss novel will be released. Random House Publishing has also said that there were more than one manuscript found of Seuss's works, and that there should be at least 2 more books due for release in the coming years.
If you want to learn how to build your personal brand, fix your cover letter, resume, or LinkedIn profile, the Career and Professional Development Center is hosting Walk-In Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Wednesday, February 25th in Eberly Hall, room 230.
This week in the Cal Times, be sure to check out a story on the recent massive snowstorms that have hit Cal U, a story on the opening of theater season, and a preview of the 2015 Cal U baseball team. And Santino, you took a look at some of the exercising programs here at California. Of those 3, what would you put yourself in if you were going to start one?
Definitely the Move It for the beginners. I'm not really in shape, so we're going to go with Move It.
Yeah, I would probably be the same thing. I haven't really done any weight training or weightlifting since my senior year of high school when I played baseball, so I consider myself out of shape as well, so I'd have to definitely do to Move It. But then also moving on, we saw there Dr. Seuss. A lot of people like to read in their free time as well.
Right.
With his new book coming out, what's one of your favorite Dr. Seuss books that you've ever read?
I definitely have to say How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think that's a great book.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one that's kind of random and out there. I'm going to go with Hooray for Diffin' Doofer Day. And a lot of people may not know about that one, but it's about a school where on Diffin' Doofer Day, they have a bunch of parties and celebrations, and I always loved reading that one, and I went out, and it took me a while to actually find it and buy it, but I finally did, and I'm definitely happy with my purchase.
So definitely not the cliche Dr. Seuss ones like me.
No. When we come back, Matthew Riddle will have your weather report. Stay tuned.
Hello, welcome up to the Cal U Weather Center. I'm student meteorologist Matthew Riddle, bringing you your weather headlines for this week. We've had some snow these past few days. We're also going to see a cold chill followed by a warm-up this weekend. Could that lead to some mixed precipitation? I'll answer this question and have your full forecast after the break.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to education, to healthcare, to technology, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online, calu.edu.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Hello, welcome back up to the Cal U Weather Center. I'm student meteorologist Matthew Riddle with your full forecast. First, we're going to take a look at the almanac. Yesterday, we reached an official high of 19. It didn't quite feel like that because of the winds dropping our values down in the single digits and negative digits. Yesterday, we had a low of 6, but as you can see, we're nowhere near our average highs for this time of year, and we're not going to get anywhere near those today. Taking a look at local temperatures, Pittsburgh is at 5 degrees, Meadville at 0, and Canton at 3 degrees. Now looking at our 24-hour temperature change, Pittsburgh's 14 degrees cooler, Morgantown is 16 degrees cooler, and Parkersburg is 14 degrees cooler than it was this time yesterday. But taking a look at national temperatures, we can see a trough building its way in with International Falls at -6, Chicago at 0, Omaha at 13. Taking a look out west, there's a slight ridge building up with Boise at 42, Reno at 44. Miami's not as warm as it usually is. It's only 57 degrees this morning. Looking at national temperature change, you can really see this trough starting to build in. It's an Arctic air mass right from the North Pole. Therefore, Atlanta is 12 degrees cooler, but we can see a ridging building out in the northern plains with Denver at 15, Rapid City at 12 degrees warmer. Looking at national radar, we can see a system in the northern plains. That's what's going to give us weather for this weekend, maybe a chance for some freezing rain with it. Taking a look at regional radar, we can see a few clouds around the area, but we're going to see some breaks later in the day as this system starts to work its way through. Taking a look at regional radar, there may be a couple flurries out there, but it's probably not hitting the ground. So we're going to take a look at the futurecast. We're going to put this into motion at 5 o'clock tonight. We're going to see a little bit of a high pressure build in for tomorrow, and that's going to keep things mainly clear. But then Saturday, we're going to start to see another frontal system move through, bringing us a chance for freezing rain and rain Saturday into Sunday. And we're going to see some snow Monday night, or Sunday night, I'm sorry. Monday, we're going to start to have another clear out, some clouds lingering around. But looking at today, it's going to be 5 degrees, partly sunny, and it's going to be windy, so it's not really going to feel like 5. It's going to feel like -10, -15 with the wind chill values. Tonight, it's going to be around -8, mainly cloudy. Again, we're going to have wind, so you're going to want to bundle up if you're heading out tonight to avoid frostbite and hypothermia. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny with a high around 12 degrees. Tomorrow night, we're going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies with a low around 8. Looking at the 5-day calcast, we're going to see a warm-up Saturday around 38 degrees with a low around 36, but there's a chance for some freezing rain along with normal rain and snow. Sunday, we're going to reach a high around 40 with rain changing into snow overnight as we see our temperatures drop to 12. Monday, we're going to have a slight increase back up to 22 degrees, mainly cloudy skies. And Tuesday, we're going to see more of the same around 24 degrees. So if you're going to head out today, tonight, like I said, just bundle up to avoid hypothermia and frostbite. Other than that, it's going to be a slightly wet weekend, and we're going to dry out for early next week. I'm student meteorologist Matthew Riddle. Have a great weekend.
And Santina, looks like maybe starting to warm up a little bit, but I don't think the snow that's on the ground and that could be coming down soon is not going away anytime, and I'm starting to really get aggravated from it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I say this every week, but it is just still too cold for me, and the wind chill and everything, it's just ridiculous. I feel like I can't even walk to class, and of course never have canceled or anything, so gotta bundle up.
Yeah, I know on Friday it's supposed to be the wind chill is like -20.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm from the South. I don't know what -20 means. They say that, I think.
That shouldn't be a number. That's like not a thing.
So
when we come back, Kat Leberfinger has your entertainment report. Stay tuned.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to education, to healthcare, to technology, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online, calu.edu.
Welcome back to CUTV Newscenter. I'm Kat Leberfinger, filling in for Haley Atara with your entertainment report. On this week's segment about the weird and bizarre things you can find online, our reporter Mike Mays will show you what he found.
Hi, my name is Mike Mays. My friends consider me an expert on finding strange and little weird things online. So here are 3 things I found online this week. With the recent snowfall, 3 brothers decided to shovel snow to build snow sculptures. It took them over 6 weeks to complete, and they're planning to add more. Jesse Carey is listening to Nickelback for 7 days straight for charity. He has raised over 10 grand so far and plans to listen to the band's entire catalog. Brandon Scott Wolf has made a dating site just for himself. The website claims to be the #1 dating site for Brandon Scott. Wolf has already received more than 45 offers. So there you have it, my 3 things I found online for this week. If you guys find anything, let us know. For CUTV Newscenter, I'm Mike Mays.
This week, playing in the Vulcan Theater is the biopic of scientist Stephen Hawking, played by Eddie Redmayne, who was nominated for the Best Actor at this year's Academy Awards. Showtimes are at 4, 8, and 11 on select dates. Here's the entire trailer for your viewing enjoyment.
Who's that? Wild. Jean Wild. Will you dance with me? I have 2 years to live.
We're going to fight this together. To Dr. Stephen Hawking.
He will never speak again.
Yes, he will.
While there is life, there is hope.
It's all been rather extraordinary, hasn't it?
The Theory of Everything, rated PG-13, now playing.
So this week, obviously, Haley's not here. She's feeling a little under the weather.
Right.
So I hope she gets well soon, and you guys will see her back next week.
Yeah.
Also, what do you guys think about the movie playing in the Vulcan Theater? I know it was up for a couple Academy Awards this year.
Yeah, it really looks like one of those biopics that I actually would be interested in seeing, because Stephen Hawking, you know, he's ALS, he's one of the greatest scholars in the world, and there's not really been a movie about him that can really touch into his life. And it's also not only about his life, but his relationship with his wife, played by Felicity Jones in the movie. And Eddie Redmayne, he's the favorite to win the Best Actor award this year, and I think for good reason.
I actually haven't even heard of the movie until now, to be honest. But recently in theaters, I just saw 50 Shades of Grey on Valentine's Day, and I was really expecting more from it. And I have to be honest that I wasn't too impressed. I think that it was average at best.
I know it made a lot of money. I personally haven't seen it. I read some of the book, but it's stirring up so much controversy that I also don't think it would be something I would want to see in theaters.
I think that the book was great, the soundtrack is phenomenal, and the movie was average at best.
Yeah, and I'll agree with you. I like the soundtrack from it, especially that one Ellie Goulding song, Love Me Like You Do. That was a really good one. But it made over $90 million, which is a record for a February release. So a lot of people wanted to go see it, but there is a lot of backlash on the movie. And on Rotten Tomatoes, out of a 100% score, which is the best, they gave it a 27. So it's not a very good movie. But it made twice as much money as it was made for. So they definitely have enough money, maybe make the sequels better, because I know they're releasing them. So maybe the product in the second and third time around, unless they, of course, split them into multiple movies like so many franchises are doing, maybe they'll be better.
I don't know, another movie that came out recently that has been doing very well is American Sniper. My mother saw it, and she's just been giving me rave reviews, and she said it was incredible.
Yeah, and of course, American Sniper's come with that controversy about Chris Kyle and the trial starting with it. And a lot of people think, well, this movie's going to bias the trial toward one certain way. I think Bradley Cooper, he's one of those best character actors.
Right.
Even though this isn't like a funny comedy character like he sometimes does, like we saw in The Hangover or Silver Linings Playbook, he gets into this role, and I think it's very good. I've not seen it yet, but it's definitely one that's on my list I have to see.
Right.
It does look quite powerful, so hopefully we'll all get to see it soon.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Kat. When we return, Matt Hagee has your sports report. Stay tuned.
CUTV has your Vulcan basketball coverage all season long. Watch as the Vulcans look to make a run through the PSAC West into the playoffs. Vulcan basketball Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays only on CUTV.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the Cal U student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association. For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to education, to healthcare, to technology, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online. calu.edu.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Matt Hagee with your sports report. For the first time since December, the CalU basketball teams were at home on Wednesday night. The opponent was none other than their local rivals, the Seton Hill Griffins. The Vulcan women looked to add to their 7-game winning streak, while their guests, the Lady Griffins, were looking to score a huge upset in their turnaround season. And we'll go to the highlights from the snowy Convocation Center yesterday. You can see Coach Strom, incredible season with her team, but did not start out very well for them. You see Mariah Wells hitting a 3. Seton Hill went out to a 15-0 lead. Incredible. But you see Precious Martin finally got the Vulcans on the board here and kicked off a huge rally for California. You see Mahadi faking out a defender, putting up the shot and putting it in. Emma Mahadi, when she get her going, she is on fire. And even Paige Wright, that was the second of 2 threes she hit. First came back since December after concussion. And finally, 14 minutes into the game, Lana Doran finally gives California their first lead of the game. And when they got the lead, they were relentless. Caitlin Frotz, who's been shooting threes from everywhere on the court, hits one right there to extend the lead. And with your night, Lana Doran at the buzzer going into halftime. Cal ended on a 21-2 run. In the second half, they continued. Caitlin Frotz, this time from the corner, and she had another double-digit night. She had 10. Now, you can't go to a California women's game without mentioning Sierra Barrett. Well, Sierra Barrett changed jerseys because she had blood on her uniform. And of course, we got to close out with her. She was the player of the night, and California grabs impressive come-from-behind victory by a score of 73-54 to improve to 22-3 overall and 18-2 in conference, and once again stayed in first place in the PSAC West. Mentioned Barrett, she set a career high with 14 points and added 5 rebounds, matching the number on her jersey that night, which she changed into, and continues to have one of the best freshman seasons in Vulcan women basketball history. Mahadi and Glenn each tallied 11 points, while Glenn also added a career-high 11 assists. The Vulcans now look this Saturday as they will host the powerful Gannon Golden Knights on Senior Day. A win will clinch a first-round bye in the PSAC playoffs for the Vulcans, and tip-off will be at 3 o'clock in the Convocation Center. Also, the first regional rankings were released yesterday as California found themselves in second at the moment, but could be moving up due to possible sanctions imposed against Livingstone after an ineligible player was found. If the sanctions are levied, Livingstone would be forced to forfeit all but 4 wins, and that would reflect in next week's regional rankings. Now back to basketball, we're going to head to the nightcap here. Cal men, they needed this game, fighting for the playoffs. See Coach Brown with his men. It started out early well for the Vulcans. See Calvin Brown, their left hook shot, he had a big night. And you'll see in this next style here, look at a spin move he puts on. Spencer Kaysen for Seton Hill and puts in the dunk. Cal is off to a great start. And he continued here. Jake Jackyback, who's been bothered by an ankle injury all season. You got to love seeing that 3-stroke again. And in the second half, Calvin Brown, he was a bad man last night. He put in a lot of points anywhere he could do. But then Seton Hill began to come back and started with this man right here. You're going to see a lot of him. Cameron Taylor with the steal gave Seton Hill the first lead since early in the game. Now, Armin Marks, the clutch shot from the senior. Looked like California would have the game in hand. But once again, Cameron Taylor, I felt like we just saw this because we did. Second straight breakaway steal, Cameron Taylor to the hoop, gave Seton Hill the lead. Watch this sequence. Khalil Javi, he makes the second of 2 free throws to give California a 1-point lead with 20 seconds left. Seton Hill takes a timeout, and who else but Cameron Taylor gives Seton Hill the lead. But California was not done yet. They had one last charge with 9 seconds. Here they come. Khalil Javi looking for someone. Needs to make a play. Jabby to the basket. Doesn't get a foul call on him. No good. And a smart player by David Windsor, veteran play, throws the ball up to waste the final second. And the Cal men once again lose a heartbreaker by a score of 63-62. Cal drops to 14-12 overall and 9-11 in conference and now finds themselves out of the PSAC playoffs at the moment. Despite the loss, Calvin Brown had himself a night as he led all Cal scorers again with 19 points and 6 rebounds, along with 2 steals. Richard Smith fell a rebound short of a double-double as he got 12 points and 9 rebounds. Khalil Jabi had another double-digit point effort from the field as well with 10 points. With the season on the line, the Vulcans now will host the first-place Gannon Golden Knights this Saturday on Senior Day and will be honoring their lone senior, Armin Marks. The last time these two teams met in January, the Vulcans won at Gannon in overtime, and tip-off for the game Saturday will be at 5 p.m. Spring is around the corner, and you know what that means. It's time for the start of baseball season. The 2015 season is approaching fast for the Cal Vulcans baseball team, and here's a preview on what to expect this season. Snow is still on the ground here in southwestern Pennsylvania, but the boys of spring, the Cal Vulcans baseball team, will be opening their season soon that is filled with high expectations.
Well, I think that we are pretty deep in all the facets of the game. We have a very deep pitching staff. We run well, which has always been a key component of our team here. It's kind of the staple of Cal U baseball. It's been the ability to steal bases. I think we'll be defensively very sound, and with the offensive approach of getting on base, looking to make things happen, hit and runs, steals, bunts, things like that, I look to be very productive offensively.
One of the biggest strengths the Vulcans contain is the pitching. The staff returned the entire starting rotation from last season that is led by senior Justin Taylor.
You know, returning everybody, everybody, obviously other than the freshmen, we all have experience and, a lot of depth. You know, we need a lot of depth, especially whenever we play 9-inning games. The bullpen's just as important as the starters. We need to, like I said, you need to have confidence in everybody, especially if we want to go far.
On the mound, we are very, very deep, and that's a good thing because the PSAC is a big challenge, and you have to have depth in pitching. So we are going to be able to attack opponents with guys who have a lot of experience and both left-handed and right-handed pitchers that have been successful, to date in their careers.
Taylor will try and lead a veteran rotation that looks to match up with the PSAC favorites and also help the new players on the squad.
Obviously, you're being looked upon as a leader. Being a senior, you got to have a positive attitude. You got to know things are going to go up and down, especially with baseball. So just having a positive attitude, helping everybody out, freshmen, sophomore, juniors. I think that's going to be a big part in our success this year.
The Vulcans missed the PSAC playoffs last season for the first time since the 2008 season. But with a talented and balanced squad, the California community should be very excited about the 2015 edition of Vulcans baseball, which was picked 4th in the PSAC West preseason poll.
It's going to be tough, but with the experience we have back, with the great leaders we have on our team, we're expecting to do great things this year.
We have had such a good run of being in the postseason that last year, it was a pretty big hit to not be there. And I know that we all have a sour taste in our mouth and the desire to get back. So you have to start there before you try to project beyond that. But I think even before you project that, you need to project each individual series and taking every team that you play as a very viable.
Saturday will be a huge day at the Convocation Center, as not only it will be senior day for the basketball teams, but it will also be Alumni Day and Hall of Fame Day as well. 3 former Vulcans will be inducted into the Vulcans Athletic Hall of Fame, with the most notable of the 3 being former Cal women's basketball head coach Darcy Vincent. Vincent led California to the school's only national championship in basketball back in 2004 and will be joined by former men's soccer great Roger Gordon and softball great Kim Miller. On Saturday, there will be also a luncheon held at 12:30 in the south wing of the Convocation Center honoring the 3, and the public is able to attend with tickets being $20 for adults and $8 for kids 10 and younger. For reservations, contact the Office of Alumni Relations at 724-938-4418 or email Stacy Tedrow at tedrow@calu.edu. And guys, with as crazy stuff going on in the regional rankings with Livingstone, what do you think about that whole situation?
Well, the women's basketball team has been doing great this season, so I believe that they deserve a shot at number 1.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. They've appealed to the CIAA to just see whether or not they get their wins back. If they don't, Cal is definitely the favorite for that number 1 spot.
And we could be hosting regionals for the first time in a couple years. That'd be exciting to see.
Right. Thanks, Matt.
Well, that will do it for this week's edition of News Center.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at CUTV Newscenter.
Thanks for watching and have a great week.